How are you lovely people doing today? My name is John and welcome to a wonderful episode of the Zombie Storyline Q&A. In this series, I take your questions about the zombie storyline and I answer them. Whether it be a big, a small, or a simple question, I'm more than happy to answer it. So go ahead, leave your questions down below. Maybe I'll see it and hey, maybe I'll answer it. You may even be in the next episode. If you want, there are two ways you can submit your questions. The first way is to tweet me at JohnnyJ25. I'm always checking my Twitter and it's probably one of the best ways to get in touch with me. Another thing you can do is also leave your questions down in the comments below. I go through all the comments and I guarantee your question will get seen. Without further ado, let's get rocking and rolling with the episode. So we're going to kick off this episode with a question from Seaman95 who asks, was Richthofen ever a part of the Illuminati? If so, what was his importance to them? Richthofen most likely was a part of the Illuminati. We've heard him reference the Illuminati throughout Zombies in some quotes like these.
I have been recognized by Treya, the Illuminati! Ah, das ist gut, Nikolai! You will take the Illuminati up on the offer, no?
So we have quotes like that, but then at one point in the zombie storyline, Richthofen had actually made the remark that he would never allow the Illuminati to get their hands on him again. And when we listen to quotes like that and we hear statements like this, it almost provides a contrasting story. Richthofen says that Nikolai had an invitation to the Illuminati. Now, whether or not he was being serious is yet to be seen. However, it does make it seem like Richthofen is a member of them and probably happily a member of the Illuminati. But then when he says they'll never get their hands on him again, it almost implies force, as if he was forced into the Illuminati. So we had these conflicting tales. We have seen references to the Illuminati throughout many of the earlier zombie maps. Illuminati code was found in the map Deriz as well as Verrucht, and then we've also seen the Illuminati all-seeing eye on the TVs within Ascension and 5. So the Illuminati is clearly present, the Illuminati is clearly watching, but what exactly is their purpose? Well, here's what I think. Richthofen was working under Group 935, he was the assistant to Dr. Maxis, and at one point, the Illuminati kidnapped Richthofen, and it would make sense. Group 935 is creating some of the most advanced, powerful, and intricate weapons the world has ever seen. The Illuminati needs to know about this. They're probably fascinated by what's going on within Group 935, so they went to the source. They kidnapped Dr. Richthofen, they forced him to become a member of the Illuminati, and they made him their spy. So they probably sent Richthofen in to infiltrate Group 935 and report back everything he's learned about Element 115 as well as the projects Group 935 are working on. And eventually, they probably saw Maxis as a threat. They probably thought that Maxis could get in the way at some point, as he so often does. So they ordered Richthofen to kill Dr. Maxis, and that's what we saw in many of the notes that are floating around Deriz as well as Verrucht. So overall, what is the Illuminati's role in the zombie storyline? They're taking more of a backseat role. They're not exactly a main stage player, however, they do make some effects on the zombie storyline, but they're mainly just watching it unfold. They're mainly seeing what the heck is going on, and they're probably trying to learn as much information as they can through Richthofen, who is an Illuminati spy. Moving on, we have a question from Dominic Morgan Jones who asks, is there any chance of an ending to Zombies? Well, Dominic, I'm sorry to break your heart, but we may have actually seen an ending to Zombies. The way things are looking, Black Ops 3 will be an entirely new zombie storyline, completely independent of anything we've ever seen in Zombies. When we look at the map Buried almost seems like an ending to the zombie storyline. We had this tale of Maxis and Richthofen competing, and Buried ends with one of them finally winning and controlling the world as they see fit. It's a story. The story has a beginning, Knocked, and the story has an end, Buried. This traditional zombie storyline that we've been following for almost 5-7 years now has probably come to an end. The zombie storyline as we know it is over. And then we have this story that sort of progressed in Origins. However, it's looking like that story, while short, is also coming to an end. And what we're going to actually see is an alternate ending to Origins, which will be its own story. So we're getting something brand new. So if you're asking will there ever be an end to zombies as in the game mode, probably not. So long as there's Call of Duties made by Treyarch, we will always see zombies. But is there an ending to the zombie storyline? Well, as we know it, yes, and we're just gonna have to wait and stay tuned and see what Treyarch has in store, because I'm sure they have plenty of more kick-ass zombies ahead. We're going to end today's episode with a question from XX4ReX Dark Hunter 4XX, who asks, I've noticed something. The release date of Black Ops 3 is November 6th. Nova 6. Could this relate to the zombie storyline or the campaign? Is this why instead of Tuesday they released it on a Friday? I don't think so. We've seen previous Call of Duty's release on many different days. Sure, they're all Tuesdays, but Call of Duty has released on the 14th, the 13th, it's also released on the 6th. And none of them has the date ever really played a large significance. On previous dates in which Call of Duty's released on November 6th, Nova 6 has not exactly played a huge part. So I wouldn't really look at the date November 6th and say, hey, this is something significant. This is probably story related, whether it be the zombie storyline or the campaign. What probably happened was Treyarch or Activision, whoever made this decision, is trying to increase sales from the previous year. If you look at the sales of Call of Duty over the course of time, the sales kept going up. The previous game would sell better than the game that came. The game would sell better than the previous game. This trend holds true until Modern Warfare 3. After that, it's just not the same. Black Ops did sell well, but not quite as well as Modern Warfare 3. Ghost sold well, but not quite as well as Black Ops 2. Advanced Warfare sold well, but not as well as Call of Duty Ghosts. Treyarch and Activision probably see this trend and they'd like to do something about it. So what they decided to do was release on a Friday. And releasing on a Friday makes sense. It's a far more convenient day, and it makes the community more excited. They get the game Friday night and they get to play it for the rest of the weekend. They don't have to worry about going into work the next day. They don't have to worry about really anything. They have the whole weekend to play the game. In fact, Activision has stated this. People have asked about the release date and why they've chosen to do it on a Friday, and they've said it's basically just as service to fans to drum up hype. So they probably just did it as a way to boost sales and then also get the community more excited for the game. Because would you rather get the game on a Tuesday night, play for 1 hour, and then go to work the next morning, or would you rather get the game Friday night and play for the entire weekend? It just makes more sense, and it seems like a smarter move. Anyway, that's about it for this week's episode of the Zombie Storyline Q&A. If you guys enjoyed the video, maybe give it a like, possibly subscribe. I upload multiple episodes of the Zombie Storyline Q&A every week, and if you enjoyed this one, I'm sure you'll love the next one. You can submit your questions 2 ways. The first way is to tweet me at JohnnyJ25, or you can leave them down in the comments below. Either, I promise, will result in your question getting seen, and you may even be in the next episode. Anyway, I'm going to go. Have a fantastic day, and bye.